Hello and welcome back to the Workbench. This is where we discuss ceiling fan history, trivia, and technical information. Today we're going to talk about Royalaire. First of all, if you want to see behind the scenes footage and additional videos, over 300 additional videos, go to patreon.com/dspiffy. So, if you saw or listened to my KDK Workbench video, and I hope you did, and if not, you should go back and watch it or listen to it, you might be asking, why didn't we talk about Royalaire? After all, Royalaire fans are made by KDK and they say KDK right on them. And there is a reason for that. Royalaire was a completely separate company. And despite the fact that the fans and boxes say made by KDK, they were not in any way advertised as KDK or advertised by KDK. It was advertised by a completely separate company. KDK had nothing to do with them other than making the fans. It's kind of like EnviroFan and Union. Union sold fans separately, but they also sold fans with the EnviroFan label, with or without mentioning Union. So let's tell that story. And in order to tell that story, we're going to go back in time. You know how I love when a Workbench video starts back in time. We're going to go all the way back to 1944. Richard Renschler Sr. returns from World War II and founds Renschler Radiator Shop. In 1970, Richard Sr. retires and passes his business on to his sons. He's had a radiator shop for several decades now. In 1975, Renschler Incorporated is legally incorporated as a corporation in Waco, Texas by Richard J Renschler Jr. In 1976, they are advertising as Renschler's Radiator Shop, as well as air conditioners, parts, and service. I think it's key that they started to go into the air conditioning business because a lot of air conditioning parts came from Japan, which is how they may have discovered KDK as a way to import ceiling fans. In 1977, the address that would become Royalaire was a service station next to the radiator shop. In 1979, we start seeing the first ads for Royalaire Fan Company. Royalaire is incorporated by Richard J Renschler. Also that year, he incorporated RTR Enterprises. By 1981, Royalaire fans are being sold not only at Royalaire Fan Co., which was an address you could go to buy fans, but you could also go and buy them at Fan Factory of Texas in 1981. Also in 1981, you see fans advertised as Royalaire in Kmart. However, the picture is an SMC and the description implies a KDK fan. So did they use the wrong picture? Probably. 1982. Royalaire is now sold in Home Depot. The picture is correct this time, but the description says Moss. The Royalaire Fan Company is forfeited to the IRS for tax. Renschler's Incorporated is now advertising truck liners and car stereos. In 1983, Renschler's Incorporated is advertising AC Delco batteries and a free battery check. In 1984, Renschler Incorporated is now open again, implying they had some problems. And again, the fan company is now long gone. I'm just following the history of Renschler's before and after the fans, because what it seems like is the Renschlers, after the dad retired, just were trying to go into business any way they could to make more money in addition to just the radiator shop. We're going to see a lot of interesting stuff. In 1985, the address is now a barbecue restaurant. So apparently, they either rented that facility to someone who opened a restaurant or they tried to open a restaurant themselves. Renschler's is offering brake inspections and service. In 1986, the address is now a sandwich shop. So again, either they rented to a restaurateur or they were opening restaurants themselves. And now we have, next to the radiator shop, we have Renschler Communications, which is offering phone service. We've gone from radiators, air conditioners, brakes, ceiling fans, batteries, barbecue, sandwiches, phone service. In 1987, Renschler Communications Incorporated and Renschler Brothers Auto are incorporated in Texas. In 1988, Renchler Electronics is now one of their businesses, and they're selling sound systems and cell phones. In 1991, Renschler Incorporated was forfeited for taxes. In 1997, the Renschler family incorporates Texas Star Security Equipment. In 2002, Richard Renschler Jr. runs for the state senate as a Democrat in the state of Texas and loses. Not surprising, in Texas they use Democrats for target practice. In 2006, Richard Sr. passed away. So he was able to retire pretty early. He got a good 36 years in after retirement. Good for him. In 2009, RT Property LLC is incorporated. Once again, yet another business. In 2016, Richard Jr., the entrepreneur, passes away. In 2019, Thomas Renschler, the other brother, remember he left the business, the father left the business to both sons, not just Richard Jr., who was the one who was opening up a ton of different businesses and trying different things. Also, Thomas Renschler, who was the other son, who apparently kept running the Radiator shop. In 2019, Thomas Renschler was arrested for fraud. However, Renschler's Radiator shop is still open in 2023, and they have excellent Yelp and Google reviews. Their customers love them. Not sure which family member is running the business, but the website says it's still in the family. Also in 2023, the address next to the Radiator shop, that was the fan shop among other things, is now Katie's Frozen Custard. So there you have it. That's the history of the Royalaire Fan Company, all the affiliated and related businesses, and the family that owned them. I actually have plans to call up Thomas Renschler and see what he knows about his brother's fan business, and if he gives me any information, if he tells me anything beyond fuck off, there will be a part 2 to this video. So stay tuned for that. In the meantime, please like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget you can listen to this series anywhere podcasts are found. Don't forget patreon.com/dspiffy for more additional content. As always, please continue to support us and our sponsors, and one way you can do that is to buy Fanstick. Thanks for watching.